This is just a quick general comment video about making face masks. Maybe you want to just make a few for your family. Maybe you are making multiples to help with the shortage for nurses' aides and nurses in your community. And I'm going to just talk about a few of those topics before I make some more videos about making multiples efficiently. Sorry, I'm kind of awkward with this, but if you're just making some for yourself and you don't have traditional pieces of fabric or elastics, you could cut up an old shirt. I made masks out of this shirt from my uncle, and I lined it. I didn't just fold it in half. I used a different lining. If you don't have elastic, maybe you have an old camisole. You can scavenge the elastic off the camisole and reuse it if you're just making them for yourselves. There's a number of styles. I've played a little bit with this one, with the shaped face. I've been trying to experiment before I start trying to make any in quantities. The original pattern didn't seem deep enough, and I added a little more under the chin. And then I experimented with it some more, and if you're a sewer, you understand about bias. I tried moving the bias from across the pattern to an angle, and this allowed this part to stretch, much like the bodice on a dress will when you sew it. And it just stretched it a little bit as I stitched it. And here's a pattern I'd made, changing the direction of the grain, experimenting. But the pleated ones are so much easier to make in quantity, and they allow for a wire to be put in, and if you want to make it with a pocket on the inside, you can put a piece of interfacing inside for extra filtering capacity. And then the last thing I'll say is, because I've been making them as multiples for my doctor's distribution, I made templates, and I'll put the measurements in the description under the video. This is the first template, and this is the full mask, one mask. Now, if you're making multiples, you can stack your fabric. This is 4 layers thick, and I offset it because that leaves a nice fat strip. Oh, focus. Doesn't want to focus. Come on. There we go. It leaves a nice strip on the side of fabric you can still use for quilting. So you can stack 4 layers, and if you're really good at it, you can probably stack 8 if you want to make 8 at one time. And if you don't have pattern paper, you can use old file folders. They make great patterns, or you can even use a cut open cardboard box. And I've made patterns for all the steps, and I'll be demonstrating them in another video. I've made templates for everything, the pleats, everything. And it makes the assembly easier and more uniform results. So there's some thoughts on that. And the next video will be using the templates to make yourself a quantity of masks.